Well, hello, 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 hello. Oh my goodness, and welcome. It's Tuesday night, so it's Biz to Biz with Joy. Grow your business in style. I am Joy Ruffin, your style and leadership coach. It's all about personal, professional, and spiritual development. Women who are in their second act, second chapter, midlife. And let me tell you, I'm speaking about regardless to age, that hire me to amp up their wow factor. We are in a pandemic, and most people are extremely confused, understandably so. So, tonight I thought I would chat with you about the title. The one thing we all need to change, and it's really a simple rule and very, very difficult for many, and that is to get out of our own comfort zone, especially for those, regardless to your age and generation, who kind of settle into that comfort mode where you're at ease there. It fits you. It's hard to segue to something different. And that's why tonight I am going to chat with you about not only being the best of the best, aspiring to the best of the best, to have the best of the best, to keep climbing and rising and soaring and to the best of the best. I want to leave you with this because I want you to be thinking about this as we move out of this pandemic, and we will. And what does that mean? The best of the best. Here's an expression that's used quite a bit, and I tend to like it. It fits. It fits in a lot of different realms. You are enough. Have you heard that somewhere? I bet you have. I bet you've heard that. I bet you've seen it here and there. You've heard it here and there, and you know. I'm putting up my name and my website because I want you to make note of this, and I want you to get to the website and peruse through it. And also, I'll be sharing a few more other things with you. And thank you for being here tonight. It's always good when you can show up. I know how busy we all are, how busy we are. Back to this aspiring to be the best of the best, and why that's major now more than ever, and that you are enough. We all love quotes. I do. They're very educational, they're entertaining, they're fun, they're kind of a combination, no matter what realm they're in, of everything, usually when they're really good. So that you are enough, I get it. I understand how it was brought into the realm of our reality, especially in these times. Yet I'm asking you if that's sufficient for you. You are enough. Here's a question, and it's simply a question. Do you just settle in to that I am enough? I'm okay the way I am in every way? Or do you say, I am enough? I'm great. Yet, I want to be the best of the best at whatever your mission, your purpose, and your calling is. And what does that mean? What does it mean to you? That's the question. Because if you are enough, and you are, but yet you're in leadership and you want to be the best of the best, the other expression, which everybody knows, you want to get into your zone of genius. Get into your lane and ride, travel in that lane, because that's where you're the expert and the influencer. But the question is, are you a perennial student? Are you an ongoing person who wants to learn? Because if you are aspiring to be that eagle. And I search for eagles, for those who can see beyond the tip of the nose, and they have x-ray vision to be visionaries, see beyond where most people can see. And that's why, for me, my friend, working as a style and leadership coach, because they are aligned, too many of us, myself included, until I had my awakening, and now I want to support you in having yours. And this is predominantly for women, even though this is biz to biz, but it can be for men too, because you know that you are in leadership, even in your marriage, because you are equals if it's a good marriage. And that said, what does that mean? That means that you don't settle. You don't reside in mediocrity. And smart, intelligent, I like the word wise, wisdom, that belongs to the eagle. Sometimes you say, something's amiss here. I could use some help. And that's where I come in. And I'm looking for those people who want that. And especially women, because it is our time. I don't know of any woman, and you need friends who will share with you and tell you, who wants to be outdated, drab and dowdy, and not stylish, whatever that is to her, her style, her area to be stylish in. Not everybody wants to look like everybody else. You got to find what works for you and then put it together for you. Because when these doors open again and you're out really about networking, especially if you're going to be new at it and you want your impressions, don't buy into that. First impressions don't matter and dress for success is outdated. No, it is not. Not if you care about who you are and where you're going and what you want to do in life with your mission, your purpose, and your calling. You want to be head to toe, top to bottom, hair to shoes, show up as your best self. And I do not mean dressing like you are on the runway. That's a whole different story. And we don't go there. And here are the words I want you to be thinking about. And it's more than your appearance. It encompasses that. How do you show up? What does your presence, your persona, your personality, what does it say about you? And don't ever, you do whatever you want to do, right? You're an adult. Don't ever buy into that. I don't care. It means nothing to me. I don't give a hoot. That's bravado. That's cavalier. That's a facade and a pseudo kind of, doesn't speak to the essence of the individual. What about a captivating, compelling, confident persona where you stand in your greatness with your heart and the essence of who you are showing? It's showcased. And maybe some people, because it's so powerful, will kind of step back, but yet they feel the essence of you. And here are words that I really want you to be thinking about because they're powerful. And they don't only belong to the royal family. I want you to be thinking about imposing, majestic, stately, regal, royalty, royal. Could be you. When you get all of the elements together, when you are enough and yet you continue to climb, to soar to where you're meant to be, those words become a part of you. No matter what your style is, it can be casual and sporty, natural, it can be classic, it can be chic, romantic, and it can be dramatic. But it showcases you in that way. Isn't that what you want? And if you say it doesn't matter, it's okay. And believe me, this is why for me and for you, if you're listening, really listening, it's not about your age. It's not about your size. It's not about your weight. It's not about your height, your money, or your education, or your looks. It's about everything put together where the soul, the core, the essence, the spirit of you comes through. I don't know of any really powerful, successful woman who stands in her greatness who doesn't have that. So my question again, I'm leaving you with questions today. Why don't we have more females at the realm, at the top of leadership? We have a lot to get over. We have a lot to rise above. And let me share with you, I always say this, I know you know, women, even though it's a two-party household, male and female, women pretty much even if it's a two-party household, they are the ones who deliver the core and the essence of what's needed as that person, that child, is evolving and developing, that upbringing. You remember that old-fashioned word, upbringing? That's what is given through both, but it's delivered more so through the female. So we want to make sure that you're raising young boys into young men, young girls into young ladies. And that means that the young ladies, young girls, they prize more than their body parts. They know how to dress. They don't have to be fuddy-duddy and old-fashioned and outdated and frumpy when they're young. They want to wear short and tight and so on. Yes, but to their style. And our assignment is to help and support them in the development of that style, yours and mine. And that's why I say to you, this is a movement. And the words that I used, they can apply to you and to everyone else. When you care enough about who you are, what you're here to do, and how you are to do it, your leadership style matters. And how you show up, it matters as well. You want to be in leadership and a professional, and you want to stand out a wee bit. How many times have you entered? We haven't been doing it much late, but let's say this is a Facebook group I want you to join. If you're not a member yet and you're here for this live or for the replay, click the link and get to my Facebook business page and join this group. I'm going to be adding a lot of new, this is where you go for the Facebook business page, and then you're going to join the group Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. And when you join, I'm going to be putting together something that I'm sending out to each and every member. We're almost up to 400. I want more engagement, but it's my assignment to be more engaging with you. I want to find out what you want from this group, why the term, the label, leading lady appeals to you, and what is it that I can offer you that will have you standing in your majestic, regal, composing, imposing statue, because you want that. And let me just say this world is humongous. It's beyond that. I'm not appealing to everyone, and everyone's not going to be appealing to me yet. For those who want the best of the best, and this does not mean simply because you want the best of the best that you're better than anybody else. Let me qualify this before I go any further, because if we don't get this, I'm including you here with me, then we are amiss big time. On a scale of 1 to 10, or pigeon to eagles, whichever I love the eagles, so I use pigeons to eagles because I have this fascination, this love with the eagles for numerous reasons. And I discuss a lot of this in our workshops. But I say that to say that just because you want the best of the best and you aspire and you climb and you soar and you reach and you strive to get to the best of the best does not mean that you are better than anybody, even when you are almost there, or even if you get there. And you don't ever really get there. You just keep soaring. You keep climbing, because your assignment is every time you gather something to turn around and share that with somebody else. Yes, it's business. It's bottom line business. And everybody is an expert, an influencer, a consultant, a specialist, a coach in their lane. So you want to find the person in that lane that fits your needs. And if you're not absolutely gung-ho, standing in your greatness, feeling great, good, then you need services that relate to style and leadership, where it showcases you, spotlights and highlights you in the best way. And we didn't learn this. We didn't learn this as young girls. We learned a little bit of this. This color looks here because you're large across here. Maybe you should wear this, or this color is a good color on you. Wear that, or you don't wear above here or below there. We got all the little teeny tiny things. We didn't get the lay of the land. I didn't, and I attended the Fashion Institute of Technology, a world-renowned fashion school. So I know about fashion, and I love it. But here's what I've come to know, and I see it. I'm very observant because of all the difficulties that I had as a young girl, evolving, still evolving, always evolving. You as well. I became very observant. And then that observation, the eye was just able to see because I have this strong sense of aesthetics. And it was brought to my attention being around all these beautiful, regal, Southern church ladies. And they in turn inspired me about fashion and style. But then I began to see as I got out and I started to roam and travel, and Vogue recruited me. I didn't go to them. What a lucky so and so I was. I didn't realize it at the time. You know how it is when you're kind of young and crazy and you have a little bit of an inflated ego somewhat. And then you get to, not so, not so. But what happened is that while I'm out and about and I'm moving around, I'm beginning to see that and feel, because it's more about the feeling and the knowing when they're aligned, that a lot of women, it's a lot of facade. And my mother was one of these. And I began to see that, began to know that as I'm going through every type of social, psychological, evolving people who worked with me to get me to be somewhat on track. I don't know if one is ever completely on track, but we do strive to be. I began to say that it's more than the clothes are important. They matter. And that's why I changed from an image consultant to a signature style specialist and a style and leadership coach. Because I realized that a lot of women, we just don't know. I didn't. And then I'm after and out of school, and I began to see. And you've heard me say this, I'm saying it again. I'm saying it again and again and again. One of the highest ways that you can be about your life is to observe without being judgmental. And this is what I've come to be able to do over the years. It's taken a time to get there. And now I want to take this knowing, this awareness, this awakening to share with those who need and want it, the best of the best. And that's why we developed the Joy Code, which entails balance and harmony and grace. And we explain, and I go through all of these in the workshop. Let me also say to you, because it's just me tonight, if you've been here or if you've not been here and you're here for the first time, put in the word biz, B-I-Z, in the comments, and you'll be delivered a complimentary booklet, which will give you lots of tips and tools and nuggets. Don't we love our tips and tools and our nuggets? Yes, we do. And once you do that, then you can go and join the Leading Ladies, Leading Legacies. I put together a program that will be starting in January 2022. Oh my God, we're just in August already, but it'll be 2022 before you know it. And we're going to be talking every third Thursday of the month with the leading lady. And you're going to come and you're going to share with the audience. And I'm going to market and promote you as best I can. And you're going to do the same so that we can have a group of women there where you're going to share your expertise and what you're an influencer in and about, and your call to action so that we can both make it a win-win. And if this is something you're interested in, please let me know. I'm also tweaking my live broadcast shows because I want to be able to support you to come aboard, and I want to give you these packages. When I say give you, I secure a marginal fee, but it's well worth it because you're going to walk away with tons of information that you won't regret and you will value, because you want to be the best of the best. And that doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else. It just means you're very, very different. We'll always have that scale. It's easier to say that, from 1 to 10. And just because you might be a 10 doesn't mean you're any better than number 1. It just means you're very different. And you have decided somewhere along the way that you want more, better, and different because that's the best for you. Doesn't mean you poo-poo and turn your nose up at the person who's maybe number 3, 4, 5. They're in the evolution of the cycle of life. And we've all been there and we will continue to be there until we leave. We don't strive for perfection, but we ought to be. We should choose to be, as someone said to me. We should choose to be always striving for the best of the best. It's just so easy to settle. And no one who wants to be in leadership and wants to share their wisdom, and this word just keeps coming back to me over and over and over, wisdom. You want to share your wisdom because the confusion out here is rampant. And in sharing your wisdom, what you want to do is make sure that it's going to be a win-win for both. You know, how many times have you heard me say and talk about technology, which I love? And how many times have you heard me say, I'm old school, I'm old-fashioned, and I'm back in the day, and I'm happy to be. Yet, here's a caveat. Everyone that I work with, my team, they will tell you, oh boy, she can drive you crazy, but she does love technology. And I do. And I am learning and embracing, as you will with developing, designing, and discovering your style, the one that fits you best. It's very easy to run in and out of stores and just buy new stuff and have it new and wear it, and then boom, something happens and it's just not right. You want a closet where when you walk in there, it's you. It's all you. And there will be a piece or two in there that maybe you say, oh, okay, that's life. But overall, 99.9% of that closet will be every time you have to go anywhere to do anything, you don't have to puzzle and be in a quandary over what do I wear? It'll be there. It will take you time. Everything is a process, but you will find your way to develop what works best for you. And it's everything from head to toe, from hair to shoes, top to bottom. Accessories are very important. Everything is major. But time. Did you pop out of the womb and all of a sudden you were an adult? I love to laugh. Did you? No, you did not. Do you expect that everything is going to happen just like that? No. Yet you want to find the person. I hope it's me. If not, find someone that will support you in developing and getting to the core of who you are. And the question is, who are you? Who are you here to be? Who are you here to serve? How are you here to serve them? What is your lane or your zone of genius? And how are you to impart that on to the people that you are to serve? Those are the questions that we ask. At least I'm beginning to, and I'm starting to. And when you come to me for your interview, one of the things that, and I'm not bragging, I'm simply sharing here. As much as I'm doing this and getting very dry throat, as much as I do this, let me tell you what I do best is this. I'm pointing to my ears, because what I do and do very well, I'm discovering, is I'm a good listener. I'd rather sit kind of in the background and tune in and listen. And then it just, whatever comes, it comes. So that's why my interviews I enjoy, and the people that I interview enjoy them, but I want them to be even better. I want them to be the best. So what am I doing in these new packages that I'm putting out? I'm going to support the people who come to me in every way. Because one of the other advantages that I have is that I'm able to tune in and listen and to support the person to get their message out in a way that is impactful, because that's what we want to do. What I find is that people come aboard because so many people want to be interviewed. They do, whether they want it for free or not. I don't do freebies, but yet they want to be interviewed, but the message is not clear. And my assignment, so I have discovered, is to support that person to make sure that that message is delivered where it is impactful and it has the reach that it needs. And that's in conjunction with the packaging of the image and how you show up and all of the other things that we're going to be talking about, personal and professional development and the content of your delivery of the speech and the interview that you're giving. All of this will be packaged in a way that will be beneficial for you and for me, because my success is only when yours is a win-win, and that will come ultimately. I have to tell you, I'll put it up once again. If you're here for the replay and you have not put in biz, B-I-Z, put biz in, biz, B-I-Z, and you'll be delivered this complimentary booklet. We're tweaking and changing quite a few things around, and all for the good, because it's the cycle of life and we're always changing. You know, this word that came up when this pandemic came about, this pivot. Boy, every other word was pivot. Well, It's kind of been put on a little bit on the back burner, but it's still about change. Just another word for change. You segue from here to there. You're changing from here to over there. And we're all in the throngs of that. So all I want to leave you with is this. Be mindful of where you are and who you are and what you are working towards. And if it's to be the best of the best, and maybe it's not your time and you feel that, I don't want to make that investment in me now, the best of the best. What does that mean? Then this is not your arena. This is not your group. But if it is, you will find more valuable, potent, profitable information delivered to you than you're going to be able to get anywhere else. One of the things that is an enjoyment for me more than anything at all is being a connector and being able to align different people with others that will support them and vice versa, and being able to showcase for you the best ways for you to show up. And that's not to say that there's anything wrong with what you're doing or showing up as. But if you want to be the best of the best and have that compelling, captivating, confident, without question marks, and that all of those words that I gave you, which I love, that majestic, regal, whatever, charismatic persona, it's like anything else. It's a process, but it can be done. And I'm hoping that you will join me in the delivery of that for you. And remember, here I go again. It has nothing to do with showing up as your best self and standing in your greatness. It has nothing to do with your age, your weight, your height, your size, your education, your money, and any other things that you can think of. It has to be something that you know could be something that would be better for you, that would amp things up a bit for you, that would give you more leverage, would elevate you so that it's more bankable. Because you see, people won't tell you a lot of things. And that's why you need a circle of people around you who will tell you the truth. And I'm fortunate in that sense. I had a conversation with a lovely lady today who has told me a couple of times, that tone, we don't need that. Not like that, but in a way that I could embrace it. Because here's the other thing I want to leave you with. And this is major if you're in leadership. And the best of the best is what you're striving for. You're climbing and soaring to that height. You don't have to be right. And when you are a good listener and you tune in and you're open to learning from everyone, because everyone can show and teach you something, then you don't have to be right. Your opinions are your opinions, and God knows you need them. Or I should say, you choose to have them. Yet, just be mindful that other people have their whatever. So listen, tune in, and don't be adamant, and this is the only thing for you. Be open that maybe, possibly, they could leave you with something that will benefit you. And I'm repeating again, but the best, any and every leader, whatever type of leader they are, if they are excellent at it. I have this thing about taste. Excellent taste, good taste, bad taste, poor taste, no taste at all. That one cracks me up. That one a friend gave me and I added that one. And we talk about this in our workshops. But let me just say this. When I give you those examples and express to you what they are, what I want you to remember is that everyone has their point of view, and you don't have to be right. You can be and stand in wherever you are, but don't shoot down or close the door on that person just because you don't agree with them. If that's the type of person you are, then leadership is not for you. Be open to people coming back to you with what you need to hear and what's going to benefit you in the long run. I don't know where the time goes, but it flies here. So I hope that you will join me tomorrow night. For those of you who don't know me, I'm going to leave you with this. I'll say welcome again, but I'm going to leave you with this because one of the things that you might not know about me, what is that thing? Just because you know my name doesn't mean you know my story. I love that quote. And here's what I want to share with you. I no matter what religious persuasion you are. I'm into and appreciate and value them all. I love astrology. Some religions don't. That's okay, but it's fun. And all of that realm, that's why I added the spiritual tarot cards and spiritual, all of these. Now, there's charlatans everywhere, but I'm bringing to you tomorrow night a lady that you're going to be fascinated by because her story is that. So join me tomorrow night. Leading ladies, leaving legacies. Thank you for being here. I enjoy your company. And as you can see, I can go on and on and on, but I'm going to be sending out soon to you a little questionnaire, and I want you to get back to me with the answers, and then I'll know how I can serve you best. Until we connect, and we will very, very soon, you be and stay well. If you have to wear the mask, wear the mask. Do what you have to do so that you can be about your mission, your purpose, and your calling. I wish you always the very, very best. See you soon. Until we connect tomorrow night at 7. Be and stay well. All the best. Cheers.